and it kicked me out. So I'm hoping that we stay because I want to talk to you today. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome to today's video. Hope you have your coffee or tea or whatever you drink in the mornings. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about why we need to disrupt diet culture. And this could be unpopular opinion alert, so I'm prepared for that. So before we get started, a couple little things before we start chatting is if you guys are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for each time that I come live. My schedule has changed a little bit. I will be going live Tuesday to Thursday around at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is when you can catch me live. Other than that, you can visit the YouTube channel, which has all the videos, really focusing on my self-love at any size method, where we talk about mindful movement, mindful eating, body image practices, self-love at any size, all these different things, right? Lots of yoga practices in there, all that awesome stuff. And then the other thing, where is it? I have my graphic all mixed up. If you are not in this community already, I have a community called Self-Love at Any Size, which is where we empower and inspire each other to really start showing up for life, finding confidence, accepting and respecting our bodies, and just doing that inner healing and taking those brave leaps towards inner healing to allow ourselves to do that work and really see the ripple effect in all areas of our life. So that is that. So we'd love to have you in there. The link to all that stuff is in the description of the video. Make sure I'm still alive. Yes, I am. So, and then one more little thing before we get talking today is I have entered a competition called Yoga Warrior. This is a chance for me to win $10,000 and have a 2-page layout in the yoga journal, which is a super fun opportunity to be participating in. But I need your votes. It is a voting competition. And so every day you can place your vote. So I know I had so many people voting yesterday, which has actually kept me, I'm in 3rd place right now. But the thing is with this competition is you have to vote daily. So please be encouraged to click on the link in the description of the video and head on over to that page and put in your daily vote. I would appreciate it so much. And really, the $10,000, yes, it is amazing, but I hope everyone realizes that I will, my plan is to put it to good use. I want to open a yoga school, really focusing on empowering women to find self-love at any size, and that is how kind of my yoga school will be kind of being themed around, and just really acceptance and respect of each and every body. And so that is one of my big dreams that part of the money would be going towards. So it's really creating that change that we want to see in the world. And so I would appreciate your vote for me. So there's that. So that is all of the little housekeeping things we had to go over. And now we get to talk about why we need to disrupt diet culture. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my video and make sure I can see you guys coming in. There we go. Okay, so why we need to disrupt diet culture. So diet culture shows up in many ways, actually every day, and it impacts us all. It all tells us, diet culture tells us that we're not good enough just as we are. It teaches us to constantly control and shrink our bodies by restricting ourselves, by over-exercising, ignoring our body's wisdom. Diet culture disconnects us from our body. And so I'll say that again. Diet culture disconnects us from our bodies. And so diet culture promises that when we're thinner, we'll finally be acceptable. We'll finally fit in. We will be worthy and lovable. And we will be desirable. And we will be smarter and healthier. And ultimately, we'll be happier. And that was the lie that I was led to believe for so many years. Diet culture made me believe, and I wholeheartedly believed, that the only way I could be happy in my life is to lose weight. So I did. I did what they told me to do. I lost 80 pounds at one point in my journey, and I looked in the mirror one day after losing 80 pounds and I realized that I was exactly as sad and hateful towards my body that I was 80 pounds heavier. So that was the moment for me that the switch kind of flicked on. It's like the lights were turned on to diet culture, and I saw diet culture for what it was. That it wasn't me happy, that came from an internal value that I placed on myself. I decided that I wasn't worthy of being happy or loved or fitting in or all these different things. I decided that I would listen to diet culture, and that really was the reason why life has led me to where I am now. So diet culture has taught us that food is the enemy, right? And it has trained us to ignore our body's internal cues. And that is a big thing that I have really noticed for myself. It's really diet culture took me away from my body's internal cues for hunger. It kind of reinforced the idea that exercise was a way to earn or punish or compensate for the food that we eat, rather than for enjoyment and celebration, right? Of what our bodies can do. So diet culture made us believe that we choose not to engage in, if we choose not to engage in dieting, it means that we are giving up or letting ourselves go. And that was a big thing for me too, especially. I know when I kind of said that I was no longer participating in that kind of lifestyle, that I felt like, oh, well, everyone's going to think that I've, let myself go, or that I'm giving up on myself, which was so far from the truth, you guys. And if you have kind of felt those things about dieting and diet culture, that something just doesn't feel right, or you feel so disconnected from your body that you don't even know, like there's no connection going on, then just know that there's a better way, and there's a way to, feel empowered and confident in yourself without placing all of your ideals and your values and your core beliefs into diet culture. So let's break it down a little bit here. So we're going to break down a little bit about what this system of beliefs is. So diet culture is that system of beliefs that kind of worships thinness, and it equates health and moral virtue, which means that you can spend your whole life thinking that you're imperably broken just because you don't look like the impossibly a thin ideal of a person, which I totally see that there are a million different walks in this life. There is thin people, there's larger people, but diet culture makes us believe that we are only worthy and acceptable and lovable if we are at that different ideal, right? And so diet culture also promotes weight loss as a means of attaining a higher status. So it means that, you get to spend a massive amount of your time and your energy and your money trying to shrink your body, even though the research, if you do any research on dieting, that you will know that there is almost nobody can sustain the intentional weight loss for more than a few years, which is horrible because I know the amount of effort and time and money and dedication and sweat and tears that go into that. And when you kind of don't see that long-lasting results that you think that you were promised, it's devastating. And I get that. I've been there. But there's a better way. So keep listening. So diet culture also kind of demonizes certain ways of eating while elevating others, which means that you're forced to be kind of like hyper vigilant about your eating and ashamed for making certain food choices, which we're going to go into here in a bit. So it really disconnects you from your purpose, your power, your pleasure, all these things, like the total disconnection to our bodies. And then what it also does is it kind of oppresses people who don't match up with its supposed picture of health, which really people who are, it really disappropriately harms femmes, trans folks, people in larger bodies, people of color, people with disabilities, damaging both their mental and physical health. So that is what diet culture is doing to the world. So we can heal from these harmful messages, and it's hard work. So we're going to feel like we're going uphill is the way I like to think about it, is you're going uphill with a 50-pound backpack and everyone else is taking the escalator to the top. So that's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel super hard to step away from from diet culture, that thing that we have all been told that is the way to be, right? And so how it shows up. So how diet culture shows up in different themes or different situations. For example, you could go to the doctor for a broken bone, and the doctor just immediately goes to tell you that you need to lose weight. And then you could go to a gym, like a fitness class at a gym, where exercise is only viewed as a weight loss tool. And it's going to help you to burn the fat off from that turkey dinner you ate over Thanksgiving or whatever it was, right? And then it also shows up in going to a restaurant. And when you go to a restaurant, feeling that shame for ordering what you actually want that day, because, there's the whole food labels of good food, bad food. And so you feel the guilt and the shame every time that you decide to eat some of those foods. And then the last thing where it shows up that I find is going clothes shopping. So going clothes shopping, knowing that you can only shop at 2 or 3 stores. Typically, your size is at the back of the rack, at the back of the store, like all these things that really discriminate. And it's not an inclusive environment, clothes shopping. So the thing is, and the message I want to kind of convene today is that it's okay to give up on this lie and mourn the loss of this fantasy of diet culture, of knowing that there's a different way to approach how we eat, how we live, how we view ourselves. And it's okay to embrace your body just as it is in this moment. And it's okay to do the things that you have been wanting to do with your body that you have now, the body that you are living in this very moment. So the next time that you identify with a feeling of shame over your body, over what you eat, how you move, taking a moment to consider that shame and guilt that you're feeling every time that you shame your body or shame what you eat or shame how you move, consider that shame is rooted or reinforced by diet culture and its messages. And if you realize then that your shame is embedded in diet culture, then kind of call it out. Just take that moment to really externalize and realize that it has planted those seeds in your inner thinking, right? So give yourself the space to consider that the rights to the pursuit of happiness, freedom, being treated with dignity and respect should not be size dependent. Giving yourself the option to move away from diet culture and embrace that belief that your body is worthy of care, of appreciation, of acceptance, and respect. And that is really my message today, that just know and listen to these words again, that your body is worthy of care, of appreciation, of acceptance, and respect. Your body right now, in this very moment. Even take this moment to just look at your body and just know that you are worthy. You are appreciated. You should accept and respect your body just as it is in this moment. Because the body that you have in this very moment is the body that you've been given. So by putting shame and guilt and hate towards that body does not serve you. It does no longer serve you. And diet culture does no longer serve you. If you have those feelings and know that they're tied to diet culture, then just know that those things no longer serve you. What I really like to say often when I'm working with my clients and stuff like that is, is that I love to say, it's not mine, take it away. So diet culture, it's not mine, take it away. Those feelings of shame, of guilt, it's not mine, take it away. And just know that you are worthy is really my biggest thing today. Know that your body is worthy and that you're not giving up. Like the amount of transformation I've seen within myself and people that I work with when we start to connect back to our bodies through either mindful movement, mindful eating, body image work. Pretty much all the work that I do is connecting us back to our bodies, connecting us back to ourselves. And that is huge, hard work. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm telling you that it's worth it. That it's worth feeling like you're worthy. It's worth feeling like you're worthy of care, worthy of self-care, worthy of self-love, of appreciation, acceptance, and respect. Like I keep repeating this because it's so important. So anyway, that's my little soapbox for today. So what I wanted to mention to you guys though is I have created a free guide that helps, that really, it's like a free PDF that you can download that gives you kind of beginner steps on how to start to disrupt diet culture. I love that word, disrupt. It makes me feel like a rebel. So if you want to disrupt diet culture with me, I would encourage you to visit the link in the description of this video and head out over to my website and download that free guide. It is yours forever and ever. So I hope it's helpful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you're in my free community, and make sure you vote today for the Yoga Warrior. So those are my little things for you to do today. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Please make sure you're in my community, because that's where lots of challenges, giveaways, and more work like this, except we take it to a deeper level of really helping you to see your value, your worth, your importance, and find that self-love for yourself at whatever size you are. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have the best day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.